Petley, right, beautiful kind of steers, aren't they? Right off the silage, great quality, 260.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 77, 8, 9, 279, done. These record
Down to one, please.
Well, welcome to Glenburnie Saleyards again this morning. About 760 cattle today. Only a handful of bullocks here today, but we had a pretty handy run. Starting on this pen of bullocks here, these crossbred bullocks, owned by the McRae family at Haywood. Those bullocks there, $2.79 a kilogram, so that's a really good result for crossbred bullocks. Very well finished though. Our next pen here, pen of two-tooth steers, plain in condition. But those steers made $2.60 a kilo, and you know the vendors are saying, well, shall we take the money now, $2.60, going into the cold period in the winter? Let's sell these cattle, get the money in the bank, and just let the feed grow through the winter months and be ready for the spring. Here's some more black steers here, accountant Richard and Margaret Nicholson. Those steers there made $2.57 a kilo, and got a bit of finish on them, but pretty handy result, $2.57 for those steers. These are Richard and Margaret Nicholson steers here, the Hereford cattle. These steers here made $2.83 a kilo, which is a hell of a price. And they are good quality for this time of the year. Neat, and you can see the shape in those cattle. They're good shaped Herefords, but $2.83 a kilo is going to bring it back a really good result, those cattle. These Friesian bullocks here, the McRae family out of Haywood, are very well finished for this time of the year. In May, those cattle are in good order. Those cattle have made $2.34 today, $2.34 a kilo live weight for Friesians, which is a pretty good result, and they'll convert to good dollars as well. They could hold them through to the spring, probably could get more weight on them, but the cents a kilo when the numbers start to run. And at the moment, the cattle are starting to come out of northern South Australia and the Northern Territory. I think you'll find that some of the processors are out to nearly the end of June now for kill space, so they're nearly 3 or 4 weeks out. But in here today, the job's very good, very buoyant. Get onto these sort of crossbred cattle, and these cattle that haven't been dehorned, and as you can see, they've got horns, these cattle. Still got good bodies on them, but they made $2.30 a kilo, so it's a good result. There's a bull there on the loin, that Mickey bull, he made $2.20, and the crossbred cattle all through here still making in excess of $2, which is a good result. Onto the vealers here today, and the young cattle. These Euro cross steers here today, they made $2.75 a kilo, the no paint, $2.75. That mid-back steer calf, he was $2.80, I think he was, so $2.75. So it's good money for those sort of off-the-top cattle going to the feedlots. These heifers here, the mid-back heifer over there, she was $2.80 a kilo, and I think we're around that $2.65 or $2.70 for those others. And that Hereford there on the loin, she was $2.40 or $2.50 a kilo, so it's good money. For these sort of grass heifers are selling particularly well today. 700 odd cattle here, not a hell of a lot of quality, so anything that's got meat on it, they're chasing today. These sort of heifers here, selling particularly well, around that $2.80 a kilo. Good money. Same story here, these heifers here, the Stratman Farm heifers from down at 8 Mile Creek, around that $2.80 a kilo. These cattle here today, these steers that go into the feedlot around $2.80. That Hereford steer there today, around $2.50 a kilo. Neil and Eileen Fry's from down at Cape Bridgewater. Really quiet steer. These grass heifers here today, Roy Wilson had one on the shoulder, she made about $2.50. These other heifers here sort of got a bit of meat on them, all made from $2.20 to $2.40 a kilo, so good money. Today is interesting because a lot of the processors, as I said earlier, sort of got plenty of those bush cattle from the territory and that around them. But it's interesting that they're here today trying to secure these sort of cattle that have obviously got more yield in them, and they got orders they got to have these better bred cattle for. Even though they're booked out with bush cattle, those Brahman cross cattle, they still need these good ones to mix into the job. So pretty good result today, and well done to our vendors on the vealers. Onto the cows now. These Hereford cows here, Neil Fry's from down at Cape Bridgewater, they made $2.15 a kilo. Very good result for old cows. $2.15, beautifully presented. Neil and Eileen Fry, very loyal clients of Ray White Keatley, and sent them up from Cape Bridgewater there in that warm country on the coast, but as you can look, they're very good quality, those cows. These cows here, Neil and Eileen's again, they made $2.08 a kilo, $2.08 for the 3 no branders. So it's good money, and the light cow on the loin, she's fairly light, she made $2.02 a kilo. These cows here, beautiful fresh cows, good quality, Mansa Holdings. And yeah, great cows. They made 2.18 a kilo today, which I think this cow judge's very, very firm on last week. They quoted cows cheaper everywhere on the market report yesterday, but I think Mount Gambier today's bucked the trend, and I think cattle here today could be a touch dearer than last week, and considering you know, the quality's handy without being over the top. So pretty good result here today. These plain and conditioned cows making $1.75 and 80 a kilo. You know, like they're fairly story, but they sell them pretty well. It's good money for those old cows. So pretty much the competition's very spirited here this morning. As I said, it's only a bit over I think it's 760 cattle all up. The competition's very spirited, and people are taking advantage. You know, this weather's fairly mild. Cattle are actually doing not too bad. People are selling any surplus empty cows and whatever they've got, and taking the money, and probably a good thing to be doing. So that's about all of it for this week. I'll catch up with you next week. Thank you.